All right, legends in the making. So we're back with some good chart breakdowns. I mean, you see it's getting a little bit messy here with the Monday price action, Tuesday price action. And I mean, ended up with lovely ones actually. Also predicted out the news. Didn't cover that in the video. We also had a premature one. Oh my god. And then this beautiful comeback in here, and then the news projection, which turned out perfect. But again, we don't really trade the news, so that was like nothing in here. But Wednesday, to continue the 18th, we do the same thing as always. It should be very obvious to you already at this point. Again, we have some liquidity buildups. We have to identify the next points to the left for possible reactions in here. And again, there's the next possible reaction zones either here or like a small one in here. We have to obviously, we will never guess, we just marking out and then see what happens when price obviously reacts from either of these zones when intraday price action aligns with what we want to see. But first we already can see what they're doing, and yeah, they bringing in buyers, a lot of them as well. So we are ready to shake a few of them out, right? So again, the world is buying. Where's the next stop out zones for people? Of course, you always have Asia midline, but the next liquidity point, the clear one, is below here, or you also can choose these ones depending on which liquidity points you want to take out first. But of course, in this build-up, we have to first induce the build-up high to then go lower. And you already can see how this picture gets fulfilled step by step. You look for a liquidity build-up, wait for the inducement, fulfilling a bigger picture or like a bigger term objective, and then go into next liquidity targets in that order, right? So we have to wait what they do and in what direction they induce the build-up. So now they're just creating these equal highs in here, and oh, it actually looks like they're inducing it low first, right? And with that in here, we also received, boom, this beautiful alert from the Oracle and predicting now, okay, we're still in this build up in here, but we definitely want to smoke out the liquidity to the high side. So the projection actually fired 750. Yeah, almost exactly here. So in this point in here to go up. Up, obviously, how far? Again, you either take out these liquidity points, but then what's the stopper? It needs to at least fill imbalances. Minimum at this point, obviously, to go all the way up here, we have to see what price does when it gets there, right? But this technically could be a very lovely buy, depending, of course, on how we would take it. In this case, yeah, it already made like a minor relevant break of structure here, so that is your POI. Again, I would run it a little bit more safe. You took out this point, yeah, but we are still in here. So if anything, stop should go below this point in here to play a little bit more safe. I mean, 2 pip stop, definitely still fine. And then targets, again, you can shoot all the way up here, but usually these trades you should stick a little bit more realistic. Again, still super good, or whatever, 5 or 4 or whatever you want. In this case, again, you have definitely some more room to the upside, but in this case, let's just leave it like this one. Okay, that's actually 10 times nicer. Why is that 10 times nicer? Look what they do. You can see it, not see it. There you go. They're building the little equals on the M1 and then inducing them, mitigating it, fully in line with the projection, fulfilling the bigger picture purpose of inducing the build-up, and then obviously, boom, we are ready to rock and roll, right? And obviously that would be the first target already hit, and that's the second target. What we got in this though, and this can cause a little bit of confusion if you don't know how to read the chart properly, as we also got this alert and projection from the Oracle in here, right? So it projects out the short, and for whatever reason, it did not really see these areas. And yeah, it just thought, okay, liquidity is induced. That should be good for reversals. I mean, I get it, but yeah, you have to look at the bigger picture. So still using some brains, even though we have an AI that does most of the work for us, we still have to wait and combine it with some logic. As again, it's an AI, it's not perfect, and it gives you very good ideas, but of course you have to line it up a little bit with your own understanding, and it, of course, price will not randomly like turn around in the middle of an imbalance zone. It needs to at least go into some supply demand areas for sure. So in this case, we just wait. And boom, that's literally exactly what you want. Speed, going into it, filling the imbalances, London open. And then this also makes a lot more sense. Again, just for being realistic, we say, okay, this projection is just premature, and we have to base it on our own understanding, as this is like, yeah, not really based on this projection below. But the idea definitely does make a lot of sense. And depending on how good you are with your market understanding already, you can break it down on M1 after tapping this one. And yeah, for example, you already can see this is the Rodenberger structure. That would be a POY in here. So when price comes back and mitigates that, which it does in here, stop easily can go above here. And then you can target the next liquidity, which would be either here, or we marked it out earlier if you want to play more aggressive down there. But let's just see how it actually played out. Okay, actually it gives you some shaky hands. Completely fine. Oh, even again, tries to shake you out there, but then all good. And let's see. There you go. That's your, yeah, if you want to say so, very, very first target. And let's see. And messes around, and boom, that's the second target right there. All right, okay, so let's see what it does on the M5 though. And yeah, we did not really reach these main liquidity zones, so there's no reason for you to freak out and try to take a reversal or whatever. What they're even doing now is building sideways liquidity. Like again, you can see it like this. Bang, bang, right? So they're building up orders, boom. Now they're inducing the orders, super nice. And also bigger picture objective, shocker. And then guess what that already is? Perfect POI. And shocking surprise, Oracle did not project this one, unfortunately. But this is still a very nice buy, though. Come on, like, oh, beautiful one. And then again, target the liquidity in here. Bang, already hit, absolute perfect. Now New York is around the corner. And, I mean, can't have accepted that this is another projected. So we, of course, got this projection in here for New York. As you can see, 14.15, we almost timed it perfectly. It was in here, like this. Yeah, something like this. Bang, and says go into here. That is, of course, a definitely possible situation, or you can target again the liquidity either with this point or this other point in here, or you can play very passively and target the mitigation areas. That is also completely fine. The question is, how can we enter it? M1, for example, to get some more clarity and refine entries. We have to be careful though. For over refinements, always again, you can, if you go back to the M5, keep the bigger picture in mind. Inducing of those liquidity areas, very nice. The next POIs, again, there's only balances left here. So the last POI is all the way into this older blocky situation. Again, technically, you can also run it all the way up there, but that's just crazy. So we can just use that order blocky situation for references. So this is where price can play inside around as much as it wants. And also a good lesson in here, if you jump in instantly, boom, like this, again, it's still possible that a price plays around first. Again, at the end of the day, the objective is to shake out premature sellers anyway. So they have to maybe smack some liquidity, still are perfectly in the fulfillment of the bigger picture, and then give you the re-entry in there. So if you place it in here, always put the stop above the next proper zone and not just very aggressive over the next high, because again, then you bite your ass if you get tackled out in here and then it goes into this direction instantly after, right? So play a little bit more safe, then don't foam it and fumble it instantly, right? So you can just wait. And this is also very important, the momentum and speed. And again, this is what brings in buyers and shakes out sellers. And that's exactly what price wants to achieve all the time. And then you have multiple opportunities depending on how you want to enter it in this POI in here. like in here in these areas imbalances fills, or you wait for more conferences like relevant breakup structures in here, right? Or again, this is also potential aggressive entry if you want to do that without relevant breakup structures. Many different possible entries in here. Most people that took this play today took it like this after the relevant breakup structure into this POI in here. That was definitely also the cleanest entry to take. Messed around a little bit first, again FOMOs you to, oh my god, it missed it, boom, and then actually tapped in. And then it's completely fine to, yeah, you can play it fully safe, put the stop above here, or again riskier in this way, right? And then target a next liquidity point for sure. Choose you 1 to 4. You can also target directly 1 to 5 for a perfect play. And then it was actually coming back, giving you the shaky hands. And oh my god, again, fumbles people out. It's completely normal behavior, right? It always wants to shake you up before. Does it even again. But guess what? The reward comes right after. Beautiful ward as well. Boom. First target below here. Again, tries to fumble you out. Then, of course, bang, hits this TP as well with the liquidity point we marked earlier, right? So that was actually beautiful stuff. This gave a lot of entries again, but you saw it tries to shake you out a lot of times, so you have to have some confidence and some experience. Otherwise, you get shaked out pretty easily. And after it took these liquidity points, of course, shocking surprise, boom, the random news, right? Of course, how random is it that they grabbed liquidity first and then snacked out all the sellers that didn't understand where to target? As always, right? So it's as simple as it is. And yeah, beautiful price action. Maybe tricky if you don't combine the proper knowledge. That's again mine is making these videos, because again, you shouldn't fully rely on an AI anyways. You should understand charts as well. But if you want an AI fully for your assistance, you can have access to that Oracle. The link is in the description as always. See you on the next one, and give this video a fat like so I see that it actually is beneficial for you guys.